Have you ever caught yourself brushing off a light breeze and wondered why your legs feel heavier than they used to? Or maybe you've reached for a glass of water only to realize it's been hours since your last sip. It's easy to assume that slowing down is just part of getting older, but in many cases, small missteps in our daily routines can speed up the very aging process we're trying to avoid. Today, we're going to shine a light on 4 common senior health mistakes that quietly accelerate aging and, more importantly, how you can turn each one around to reclaim energy, resilience, and that spring in your step. Let's start by talking about movement. Not the grand marathon kind, but the bedrock of strength our bodies need after 60. All too often, we hear advice to take it easy, and before we know it, our muscles have taken a vacation of their own. What too many of us miss is that maintaining muscle mass isn't just about looking toned. It's about keeping bones strong, joints supported, and metabolism humming along at a comfortable pace. When we let muscles weaken, everyday tasks like lifting a shopping bag or climbing a few stairs can feel daunting, and our balance tips toward mishaps rather than confidence. Reversing that trend can be surprisingly simple. You don't need heavy gym equipment or an hour-long commitment. Begin with something as accessible as a sturdy chair. Sitting tall, press yourself up using your legs and arms, then lower back down with control. Aim for a set of 8 to 10 rises at your own pace, resting when you need to, and gradually adding a repetition or 2 each week. If wall push-ups feel more comfortable, stand facing a wall at arm's length and lean in, then push back until your arms are straight. Just like a traditional push-up, only kinder on your shoulders and wrists. Over time, you'll notice your legs feel steadier, your arms firmer, and your confidence blossoming with each small victory. Before you know it, tying your shoelaces or carrying groceries will feel less like a chore and more like a welcome reminder of what your body can still do. Once those muscles wake up from their nap, another silent culprit creeps in: dehydration. It's tempting to reach for coffee or tea first thing in the morning, and while a warm mug can feel comforting, relying on diuretics without balancing them with plain water can leave your cells thirsting. Dehydration may not always announce itself with dramatic signs. More often, it hides behind fatigue, dry skin, or even mild confusion. For seniors, staying properly hydrated is essential for digestion, joint lubrication, and keeping blood pressure in check. When we skimp on water, every organ, from brain to bladder, has to work harder, and wear and tear on our bodies accelerates. Flipping the script on dehydration doesn't have to feel like a chore. Start by keeping a glass or bottle of water within easy reach, maybe on your bedside table or next to your favorite chair. Infuse it with fresh slices of cucumber or a twist of citrus for a gentle flavor that nudges you to take another sip. If you wake up feeling stiff, greet the day with a tall glass before you even stand. Imagine sending a wave of hydration through every joint and fiber of your being. When you're out and about, tuck a small bottle into your bag so refills are effortless. And pay attention to subtle cues. If your mouth feels dry or your lips are cracked, let that be your signal to slow down, sit for a moment, and drink deeply. As your cells replenish, you'll feel a lightness of step and a sharpness of mind that makes everything from reading the paper to chatting with a friend more enjoyable. By now, you may be sensing a pattern. Aging gracefully isn't about grand gestures, but consistent kindness toward your body. We've talked about waking up muscle strength with simple resistance moves and quenching your body's thirst with mindful hydration. These two practices lay a sturdy foundation for every facet of health: mobility, digestion, mood, and beyond. When you treat your body as the loyal companion it is, ready to support you in gardening, dancing, or simply savoring a leisurely morning, you slow the clock in the most genuine way possible. Now that we've explored how to bring muscle back into the picture and flood your cells with much-needed water, let's move into the next hidden mistake that might be quietly draining your vibrancy. Now that we've woken up your muscles and bathed your cells in fresh water, let's turn our attention to the third stealthy mistake that can age us faster than we realize: neglecting what we put on our plates. It may seem harmless to fill up on simple carbs or skip protein in favor of something quick and sweet, but as we drift past 60, our bodies need the right fuel to repair tissues, maintain strength, and keep our minds sharp. I remember my neighbor Gloria, who loved her morning pastry and coffee ritual. She'd always say, "It's too early for eggs." Yet she noticed her energy dipping by mid-morning, her joints creaking more than they used to. When she swapped a plain muffin for a small veggie omelet or a Greek yogurt parfait with berries, the shift was remarkable. Not only did her afternoon slump ease, but she woke up feeling steadier on her feet, knowing she'd nourished herself for the day ahead. Reversing this mistake doesn't demand gourmet cooking or hours in the kitchen. It starts with a simple question: what's on my plate? If breakfast is your first meal, aim for a balance, a source of quality protein, some fiber, and a little healthy fat. That could mean 2 scrambled eggs with a handful of spinach, a sprinkle of cheese, and a slice of whole grain toast, or a bowl of oatmeal stirred with nut butter and topped with chopped nuts and sliced banana. If mornings feel rushed, prepare in advance. Mix oats and milk in a jar the night before, then in the morning, stir in chia seeds and frozen berries. By lunchtime, you'll feel energized rather than foggy, and your muscles will have the building blocks they need to stay strong. If dinner happens to be the meal you sometimes skip or keep light, remember that a well-rounded plate there matters just as much. Think roasted salmon with steamed vegetables and quinoa, or a hearty salad with grilled chicken, avocado, and a drizzle of olive oil. When we dilly-dally on nutrients, our repair process is slow, inflammation can creep in, and our skin loses some of its natural glow. By choosing whole foods, lean proteins, colorful vegetables, and healthy fats like olive oil or nuts, you give your body the tools to maintain muscle tone, support bone health, and keep your heart ticking on its best days. As your plate fills with purposeful nutrition, you'll likely discover that cravings for sugary snacks begin to fade. That mid-afternoon chocolate bar that once felt like a treat can start to taste overly sweet when your blood sugar stays stable. And with every balanced bite, you strengthen your body's ability to fight off disease, maintain healthy weight, and support mental clarity, advantages that cascade into every corner of daily life, from gardening to dancing at family gatherings. With nutrition lending its quiet power, let's flow into our fourth and perhaps most restorative focus, the art of sleep. It's startling how many of us shrug off poor sleep as just part of getting older, as though waking up at 3 a.m. is a badge of senior status. But fragmented nights and restless hours don't have to be your norm. When sleep is lackluster, our bodies produce more stress hormones, inflammation increases, and the very processes that repair cells and consolidate memories are shortchanged. Over time, this chronic underrest chips away at our vitality, leaving us more vulnerable to aches, brain fog, and even mood swings. Turning this mistake around starts with a gentle bedtime routine. Picture this: an hour before you plan to sleep, you dim the lights, set aside screens, and perhaps enjoy a cup of caffeine-free herbal tea, chamomile or lavender if you like. You might spend a few minutes reading a favorite book or listening to soft music, signaling to your brain that the day is winding down. If your mind races with to-do lists, keep a small notebook by your bed to jot down any lingering thoughts. That act of writing them down can help release them. Creating a sleep-friendly environment goes hand in hand with routine. If your bedroom feels too bright, consider blackout curtains or a simple sleep mask. Keep the room cool. Around 65 degrees Fahrenheit feels just right for most people. A supportive mattress and pillows that cradle your neck can make a world of difference if you wake with stiffness. And if getting comfortable takes longer these days, try a short relaxation exercise in bed. Place your hands on your belly, breathe deeply, and visualize each muscle softening as you exhale. Perhaps you've heard that napping in the afternoon can help, and it can, if done thoughtfully. A brief 20 to 30-minute nap after lunch can rejuvenate without interfering with nighttime rest. But if you drift into longer slumbers or nap too late, you might find evening sleep harder to come by. So if you nap, keep it early and keep it short. Then lean on a nighttime ritual to guide you back to deeper, restorative sleep. When you stitch together these 4 corrections, moving to build strength, hydrating wisely, nourishing with balanced meals, and honoring your need for quality rest, you begin to see aging not as an inevitable downhill slide, but as a journey you navigate with intention. Each adjustment may feel small on its own, but together they create a ripple of benefits: steadier moods, sharper minds, stronger bodies, and a brighter outlook on every season of life. And as these new habits settle in, you may find yourself waking with a sense of anticipation rather than dread, ready for whatever the day holds. That's the real reward, reclaiming the joy of movement, the crispness of a clear mind, and the simple pleasure of a good night's sleep. As you weave these changes into your mornings and evenings, something remarkable begins to happen. The small adjustments you make each day ripple outward, shaping the way you move, think, and even dream. Maybe you'll notice that carrying groceries feels less daunting because those chair rise exercises have strengthened your legs. Perhaps you'll find yourself reaching for water before your body even asks for it, thanks to that simple habit of keeping a glass by your side. Your plate may start to look brighter and more balanced automatically as you grow accustomed to the satisfying feeling of protein and veggies over empty carbs. And when night falls, those gentle bedtime rituals will guide you into a deeper, more restorative sleep. leaving you waking with a sense of calm purpose instead of an urgent scramble. Embracing these 4 shifts, building strength, staying hydrated, choosing nourishing foods, and honoring rest, does more than slow the hands of time. It reminds you that growing older isn't about surrendering to limitations, but rather about adapting with intention. When you treat every muscle, every cell, and every moment of quiet rest as a chance to invest in yourself, you unlock an energy that might surprise you. You'll find yourself laughing more freely, walking more confidently, and tackling your favorite hobbies with renewed gusto. Over the coming weeks, give yourself permission to experiment. If you wake stiff one morning, try adding an extra wall push-up or a few more shoulder rolls, and notice how it changes the way you reach for the coffee pot. If busy afternoons tempt you to skip water, carry a colorful, refillable bottle that makes sipping feel like a simple pleasure. When meals start to feel routine, introduce a new spice, turmeric in your scrambled eggs, a dash of cinnamon in your oatmeal to rekindle excitement around eating well. And if sleep seems elusive, gently adjust the lights a bit earlier, or swap out that evening news for soft music or a few pages of a comforting novel. Share what you discover along the way. Did you finally master the chair rise and feel proud of yourself? Or perhaps you found a favorite herbal tea that soothes you more deeply than you expected. Your experience could spark inspiration in someone else who's hesitant to begin. Drop a note in the comments about which moment felt most rewarding or most challenging, so we can all learn together. If a friend or family member would benefit from these ideas, hit that share button or tag them below. If you found value in this conversation, if a simple push against the wall made your day smoother, or a cup of water felt like a small triumph, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps more seniors discover these gentle, effective strategies for aging well. And if you're hungry for more practical tips that respect where you are today and guide you toward where you want to be tomorrow, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you'll be the first to know when new content arrives. Remember, the journey of aging is not a race to the finish, but a series of meaningful steps, some big, some small, that reflect your care and commitment to yourself. Each time you choose movement over stiffness, hydration over fatigue, nourishment over emptiness, and rest over restless nights, you're sending a powerful message. I matter. My health matters, and I have the wisdom and strength to navigate this season of life with grace and joy. Here's to the choices that bolster your body, brighten your spirit, and extend your vitality well beyond 60. Thank you for spending this time with me, and may every day remind you that you hold the power to age more slowly, more vibrantly, and more fully than you ever imagined.